Golf's no different from hockey. Requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height.
It's a very, very special honor.
I'm Paula Creamer, and you're listening.
Well, we're waiting.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese from Cobra Kai, and you're listening to
Quiet, Please.
Let the word go out from here across the land. Let Daddy Noonan approve.
Hi, boys. Nice day for golf, ain't it? Quiet, please. Oh, you got secrets, eh?
Hey, this is Shooter McGavin. You're listening to the...
Hey, you guys. Hey, we're trying to have a podcast over here.
Thank you, Danny Noonan. Thank you for trying to point out that indeed we are trying to have a podcast over here. And the couch, the living room's a little shy of a few players today, but we're going to be playing in a threesome. As always, I'm Alan Depew, and I am joined by my illustrious experts in the game of golf, Boston Bob Baldessari, hailing now from the Bourbon State. Good to see you, Bobby. How you been?
Another one of the Commonwealth states in the United States. Do you know how many Commonwealths there are? And I've lived in
well,
wait a minute. You're throwing your trivia question out right now?
Go right at it. Fire at the pin. Right off the first tee.
Well, okay. Can I just say that it's 4?
There's 4, right? Massachusetts.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and Kansas.
Here we go.
All right. What does a Commonwealth even mean?
It's a different type of it goes back to the 100 years ago when they set up the government. I'm going to butcher this up, but I remember from back home in Massachusetts that it's a type of governmental setup that was just sort of archived in, a little bit of history, a little bit of feel good, a little bit of, instead of calling it states, Commonwealth.
Well, Bobby, you know that, Normie, what it is, it's an aggregate of groupings of countries of other boundaries, a union, the Commonwealth of Democratic and Self-Governing Counties. It's also a community of organization with shared interest in a non-political field.
There we go.
Which I'm pretty sure there's no non-political fields out there anywhere in the world right now.
Yeah.
Except for one Commonwealth. I just throw this in. This was so unplanned. CommonwealthGolfGroup.com. Check it out. Just saying.
There you go.
I'm non-political.
So I just hijacked things sideways right off the bat. So Andy's here.
Oh, hey.
I think it's time to introduce me properly.
Hi, Andy. Andy's here.
Hi, guys.
We're already at the turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Andy, you know what? Hang on one second. I got to do this because I'm having technical problems with Instagram again. So we're going to do this because that's why it's in the background. The bulk of the news coming out of LIV. And for that one guy that criticizes us for not covering enough LIV, there we go.
We actually have a formal segment, but don't let that get in the way. So kind of big news, maybe not so big news. I don't know what you guys think, but LIV has decided that their events are going to be 72 holes going forward. And I know I saw some information that last year they put a little poll out to the players, and all but 3 of them voted to keep it at 54 holes. So something's changed, and we can only speculate what that would be.
Well, I did not hear that one. So say that again. So they put a poll out to the players.
Yeah, Terrible Hatton had said that they put a poll out last year, and all but 3 players voted to keep it at 54. This was 2024. So
interesting.
Something's changed. And there's a couple of obvious things to me, like ranking points, world ranking points, I think is one of them. But I'm hearing different things about that they don't need 72 holes to get world ranking points. But the other thing, which is a little bit more intriguing, is that the guys are really gearing up to play in the 4 majors, and it's really thrown them for a loop, not playing 72 hole events.
Yeah, I think that's a super valid, as far as 72 holes, getting the body and your mind synced for 72 holes. There's something to that. And I did read some commentary about if they would have stuck, they could have got 54. They could have done some tweaking at 54 holes. They could have got the world ranking points. But interesting. I agree, Andy. Must be something behind the scenes going on.
Yeah. And who knows exactly what it is, but there's definitely something there.
Well, I think tomorrow there's going to be a video with Brendan Elliott coming out that he'll put together, like covert behind the scenes.
And is it an AI? He's the master of
exactly.
AI, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm scared to know where he's going to like position me someplace at some point. He is Mr. AI. Yeah. No, does it have to do with the only name I can think of off the top of my head is Sergio, was striving so hard, or Patrick Reed. And therefore they want some more world golf ranking points in order to be able to be competitive. And does that change anything being able to get into majors or getting able into some of these events? And therefore they can capture more points because Patrick Reed had a wild hair. He felt he deserved to be on the U.S. Ryder Cup team. And maybe he did.
Well, maybe deserved isn't the right word, because he didn't deserve to be on the Ryder Cup team. But would he have been a good addition to the Ryder Cup team? Maybe. But it's pretty hard to say how he deserved to be on the Ryder Cup team. He didn't do anything.
What about how about on the other side of the pond? Sergio deserved to be on the Ryder Cup team?
I mean, even more so. No. I mean, I get it. They want to be on the Ryder Cup team, and they didn't have the best circumstances to play themselves onto the Ryder Cup team. But, Terrell Hatton played his way on, and Bryson played his way on. So they had the same circumstances, and they're just happen to be better players in 2025, right? But again, if Sergio and Patrick Reed want to challenge for those spots, they're on the wrong tour to do that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, hey, Rom was a pick. I mean, even if Bryson had fallen out of the top 6, Bobby, you're taking him, right?
Yeah, if he's within the top, whatever, 10, 12, 15. But yeah,
I would, despite the fact that they labeled him as being counterproductive to everybody else. I mean, he was a spark plug, at least for the team.
Yeah,
I think they used him wrong. I didn't really want to make this a whole, let's go back to the Ryder Cup and revisit that debacle again. But I think they used him wrong in alternate shot.
Yeah, look, I think the LIV guys, steering back to the LIV report, I think the LIV guys unfortunately have a different set of criteria to get on the Ryder Cup team, and it's the only thing that it can be. It's their performance in majors, right?
There's a point system, yeah.
Yeah. Harris English is getting his points at the RSM Classic and the, all the other events, right? And they're definitely at an advantage over the LIV guys. But again, some of those LIV guys performed well enough in majors to be there on the Ryder Cup. So it's tough. I mean, Sergio, come on. I mean, Sergio's game he's not a Ryder Cup. He's not a top 12 European player anymore. He's not.
He would get that on sort of like, the Oscars give that Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
He would be more like he's done so well in the past, he could get his game up, air quotes, game up.
Yeah.
Game up.
I personally, I'd like to see him just hit the trail, and maybe like the Kentucky Golf Trail might be a good location for him to take his game, just theoretically saying.
Can you get world golf ranking points on the Kentucky Golf Trail?
Well, if he's playing against the legends of the LPGA.
Wait, here's an interesting thing. Yes, and I just finished filling it out this morning for the second year in a row. World amateur ranking points you get when you play in the Kentucky Golf Trail Bluegrass Women's Senior Amateur Championship.
You get Wagger points.
Wagger points, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic that, for another day we should talk about Wagger.
You want me to create a men's senior, Andy? You want to come up here and win that?
Well, they're
by the way, wait a minute. By the way, we mentioned it. Have you gotten the hardware yet?
For the Player of the Year?
Yeah.
No, I won't get that till next October, actually.
What?
Year in arrears.
Well, they present it to the Player of the Year at the next year's state senior am. So
then in 2 years you're going to have to present it to yourself.
Well, I would like to think that someday I'm going to win the state senior am. I've been, agonizingly close too many times, but hopefully one of these days.
Well, I don't want to get us off topic, but I mean, Heath and I were not talking about, relocating in the near future. So if I come down to Texas,
caddy opportunities.
Are you threatening me on the golf course, Alan? Like
yes.
Does?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. just want to be clear.
Paul Runyon did beat Sam Snead, just saying.
That's fair. I remember being on the 18th tee at Marion, and the 18th tee at Marion the 18th hole is the famous hole where Hogan hit that 1-iron.
Sure,
but
nice plaque.
The 18th tee shot is a huge carry over quarry to get to the fairway. And the story was that Paul Runyon couldn't do it, so he chipped it from the back tee to the forward tee, and then hit a fairway wood over the quarry into the fairway.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
That's knowing course management right there. Playing to your strengths.
Knowing your game.
That is no different than the Corey Pavin aiming for the walk-off at Bethpage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't reach the fairway. So he's aiming for a 7-yard wide walk-off.
Yeah. We
rough.
digress here, don't we?
So while we still have this up on screen, I can't believe we're 14 minutes into the show and we're still talking LIV. DJ, and I don't have the specifics. Anybody got the numbers? DJ resigns with LIV.
Yep.
I think I mentioned this on our last show. It's how dirty the media is. When they first reported this, they didn't put the hyphen in resigns. So it read DJ resigns from LIV. But yes, he has re-signed from LIV. And I don't know what he signed for. I'd be curious to see what kind of numbers they're dealing with now versus, 3 years ago. It'd be interesting.
Well, they issued their financial reporting and it was I think they made $50 million revenue.
I call bullshit on that.
considering that they are giving away every ticket under the sun. And you know what? I had a long conversation with son number one about this today, in fact, and he was trying to explain, in his opinion, he thinks the product's terrible in its current format, but he was trying to offer up how and why they should go about trying to stimulate LIV. Primarily, the need is to more premium ticket. Instead, they're just giving away the ticket. More skyboxes, more of the corporate type of environment.
They do have to find their place in the world, and I think we've talked about this before. We talk about the world. Like LIV was really successful in Australia, for example. Places where they may be a little bit starved for professional golf. And there's not the adversarial relationship like they have in the US with the PGA Tour. So I don't know, maybe they need to do less US based events and get some more excitement and energy around what they're trying to do, because doing it here versus doing it in Australia it's like two totally different things.
We're just looking for the money, but I'm looking in a few spots. I don't see what the latest DJ signed for. He looks like it was $125 million back in 22, but I can't find it.
That's all it wasn't. I thought he signed for more than that.
Well, it was. It says the original deal was $125 million, but it could have been worth more, depending on some incentives, things like that.
So let's talk about that report that says they made $50 million. I mean, other than their TV contract with, is it Fox?
Well, it was a CW, and then they've now moved to that Fox Sport channel. But before you go there, I just happened to pull this up, and I have ADD, so hang on a second. It's actually my initials.
Because you are ADD.
Saudi Arabia in February, Australia in February, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, Mexico City, Virginia, back to Trump National. Valderrama, Louisiana, the UK, Indianapolis, and then stay tuned. What's next? I mean, any of those jump out at you?
Well, we've talked about this part of this for a long time. Events and venues,
Right.
Their venues are not exciting.
Yeah. Oh. The answer is yes.
I mean, they're not. They
No.
They do play at some decent venues, but they don't play at any great venues. And they play at a few venues that are like lame.
So now that they are going to 72 holes, it's the Lexi.
It is the Lexi.
For those of you listening, the Roman numerals are the LXX. Would you call it II? Is that how it goes?
II, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the for those who
72.
don't know this, LIV is the Roman numeral for 54.
54.
So here's an interesting thought, and I probably should have picked up on this. So they're playing in South Africa for the first time in March at the 7,700-yard Sten City complex. Louis Oosthuizen's Stingers come home. Wouldn't that be kind of interesting if each team had a team venue?
Yeah.
And again, I'll go back to conversation son number one in sports, offering his opinion outside of his wheelhouse. But He's like, the team concept. He goes, I could really see that being a component that may still have some degree of merit. Do you agree with that, Andy?
I do agree with that. As is evident with the TGL, right? I think.
Agreed.
Right? The team thing is cool. I will absolutely, give credit to that. And it can be compelling, I think.
So what happens if his stingers got their course and they trick it up to make it their venue and they're investing in it, or Valderrama for the Legion 13?
Yeah, everybody gets to host an event
at a venue that they could skybox out and what have you, and they share in the profits, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, might be an interesting concept.
Yeah, again, we've talked about this before too. I mean, the thing I think they swung and missed on as much as anything that LIV has done is the stupid ass names of the teams. Like I think TGL, like by picking the cities, like that to me is so much more like realistic. It's not a joke. Like the names of the LIV teams are a joke. I mean, they're a joke.
Red Sox, Cowboys, Yankees, and the Range Goats.
Yeah,
they're weird. They get some weird names.
But if you want to get all corporate money involved in that, and I don't know, they needed to do a better job with that, and not just the names, but the logos are horrific.
Horrific. It's like you did AI and create. Yep.
Brendan Elliott, man.
By the way, I failed to plug this in there. I did see a couple of comments over on our Instagram. If you are listening on Instagram, Facebook, or on YouTube, our live channel, chime in, hit the box, pops up on screen, keep it clean. We'd love to have you join the conversation. Bobby, do you agree with that? That the Australian team has an Australian venue, and the Asian team has an Asian venue, and the American, Bryson has a Bryson venue.
Oh yeah,
chipping
100%.
over houses.
Yeah, 100%. Taking a page out of the Ryder Cup type of thing too. And even like a lot of in the old Boston Garden, the Boston Bruins played to this small rink, Fenway Park. You've got, Chicago. You had these idiosyncratic stadiums and how things are set up, and the teams were made for that. So the visiting teams came in, and usually it wasn't a good match. So I like that idea.
How about at the Boston Garden? They used to have one of the parquet pieces was dead.
Yeah.
So DJ would force the point guard over to that one. He'd hit the dead spot and he'd steal the ball. Like that was real.
Oh yeah.
It's gamesmanship, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all fair and 11 more in golf.
Well, I mean,
whatever.
Isn't that what they did? They basically did that in Italy. They basically did that in France. They tightened the fairways in France. They took the short irons out of the Team USA's hands in Italy, and we're going to see it again, something like that out in Ireland.
Yeah, but I think to your point, I think that makes it fun. That part makes it more interesting. Like I would want to watch in there to see what did they do? What did these teams do to tweak those golf courses to to match their specific talents? Yeah.
All right.
Did we
beat this?
John Ron. Well, what's that?
Did we beat this LIV horse enough?
Let me just check Instagram one more time. Nobody else has anything to say about it, so yeah, let's move on for this. Let's talk about the other thing that's catching the waves around the golf world. Internet Invitational, Mr. Hydor.
Brilliant.
I can't believe they cut you. You are like the king of TikTok.
Yeah, I retired though.
Huh?
I retired. But like they've got so many views on that already. They released, I believe, 3 episodes that are like 3 hours long each. It's super compelling and like it's typical Dave Portnoy's success, right? The founder of Barstool. And he put up the money, he put up the $1 million for it. But you know, there was a big thing that happened where Luke Kwan was one of the guys. He's a really good player, one of the guys who was drafted on one of the teams, and he overslept his 9:30 tee time. Okay, so and he comes out and everybody's all pissed off at him, and he's acting like it's no big deal and blah blah blah. It's $1 million, and you know. But the point is that Portnoy, in only a way that he can do it, like makes up his own rules when it comes to golf, right? So Portnoy and Big Cat decided that Luke Kwan and his partner, PFT commenter, were going to have to forfeit the first 4 holes of their 9-hole match. So it was a 4-hole penalty, which is kind of random, kind of arbitrary. So my question is this, Bobby, if in a partners event, if one partner is late to the tee time, they can show up anytime and start contributing, correct?
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, you got to start on time and you got to play against the other team.
Yeah. I mean, the player that's there has to start the match and play the match, but the one who shows up late can join when he gets there.
Yep.
Did you say this? Did you say this guy's name was Walter Hagen?
Yeah. This is Luke Kwan, Walter Hagen, kind of the same thing. But that being said, I think the weird idiosyncratic way that Portnoy does his stuff and making up rules as he goes, this was a huge success. A huge success. And they invited, I want to say it was 32 or 48 players. So it was 2 teams of 24 players and 2 teams of or 12 teams of 2 players on each side. And I've been watching it. I'm not through the first episode yet, but it's super interesting, and it's all these guys that you all know: Grant Horvat, you know, Garrett Clark, Page, Kyle Berkshire, like the DOD King, who might be the biggest douchebag of all time, and all these internet personalities come together to play in this invitational, and it's pretty damn interesting.
Andy, did Gary Player get an invite?
Gary Player did not get an invite. It's that's something that we should probably talk about, shouldn't we?
Well, let me just add one comment before we go there, which is on the heels of Good getting a sponsorship on for the PGA Tour. It's the content creation guys are taking over in ice hockey. They own a minor league sports team now. I mean, it's just a matter of time before you see more and more of these guys taking over the sports world.
But what the question is, what's the attraction, right? The attraction isn't really the golf, even though a handful of these people can play really good golf. But that's not the attraction. The attraction is the disregard for the kind of the behavior and the things that make golf the stuffy sport, right? And these guys have created
Gambling's not allowed in Bushwood.
Yeah, these guys have created an atmosphere that's kind of flies in the face of
the stuffiness.
The regular stuffiness and behavior and gentleman nature of the game of golf. And these guys are pushing the envelope in that direction for sure.
Yeah, but I've said this before, I'll continue to say it, but the wannabes that then go out to the course level and decide they want to, do donuts in their golf carts because whatever, they're nothing more than a-holes. And they cause disruption to the game of golf.
Yeah, they don't really know where to draw the line, right?
Right. But maybe that's just a microcosm of all the stuff that younger people, shall we say, see on TV, and they think that that's what it's all supposed to be.
Yeah,
because everybody's trying to outdo themselves.
There's a little bit of Happy Gilmore in this. I mean, there really is. It's a disdain for the traditions of the game, and I'm not saying it's bad, because people are attracted to that, right? And they're finding it. It's a little bit of a troll to the game, if you will, but again, it's getting interest and getting followers and getting people to watch and love it. And I don't know. I'm interested.
It's John Ashworth's 9-holer out there in California. Wear jeans, wear shorts, wear whatever you want to wear. Just go out, have fun, play golf.
That's a long way from when, back in the 1920s and 30s, in the golf magazines I've read, back in the PGA of America's Museum of Golf, where they said the game of golf was going to go right down the crapper because you weren't playing golf in a jacket and tie.
Yeah.
So there's so many things along the way in the last 100 years, 200 years, that if it was advancing the game, technology-wise, attire-wise, etiquette-wise, rules of golf-wise, but it was staying with the, true to what golf is all about. But are some of these things just trying to get eyeballs to watch golf? But those people are never, ever, I'm sorry, the Boston, never, ever going to play the game. Is that good? Is it good to have viewership, but they don't get to my course, to Alan's course? They don't go to Brendan to get a golf lesson? I always kind of struggle with, oh, there go the dogs. The game is going to the dogs. Yeah. But it's just interesting. I'm always fighting that internal about, it's good to get people looking. It's good to do anything innovative. That's all about my Reimagine Golf. But, I'm trying to get people to play golf and retain in golf versus just watch it, and then they're never going to step on a golf course.
Well, here's where, and we've talked about this, I know I have, is some of the internet golf, influencer golf, if you will, has been guys who have never played golf before, right? Like people watching a famous gamer playing golf is exactly what you're saying, Bob. It's like, okay, they want to see this guy on TV doing something other than playing a video game. And it doesn't mean that the gamer is going to play golf, and it doesn't mean that the people are watching the gamer play golf, right? But I do believe that that's different than what's going on with the Internet Invitational. I do feel like those are golf people who are interested in what's going on there. And the other part of that for me is reality TV isn't interesting enough sometimes. So they play act a little bit. Right. And that's 100% what's going on with this Internet Invitational and these YouTube influencers that are playing golf. They're play acting. They're acting, a certain way.
They're playing to the crowds.
They're playing to the crowds. Yeah. It's almost a scripted thing, right? And I feel like there's a bit of professional wrestling in the way that they're going about this.
Where is he? Where is he here right now?
I've had my off offline conversations with him about this.
Uh,
But there is. I mean, there absolutely is. They're playing off that, you know, just outrageousness, if you will.
yep, it's crazy.
So, Gary Player, speak to us, Bobby.
We're trying to get Mr. Player on our podcast coming up here soon, but he was quoted recently as saying he felt as if Jack was number one all time, Tiger, and then Gary Player was third. I get where he's coming from. If you only take into account all the travel that Gary Player did. Now, I got to let you know, if some of you people don't know, I was the PGA head pro at the second course that he ever designed, River Run Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland. So I was around Gary quite a bit. He was around multiple times the first few years we opened. We did some fundraising for his Blair Athol School, which is an amazing school in South Africa for kids. You know, his heart's in the right spot for so many things. And, you know, Gary's got a confident mindset. So if you take into account, I'm just wondering if he was thinking about the majors he won, the senior events he's done well in, but really the travel that he did. He told me stories a lot of times about having to pack up all his kids and wife and leave South Africa back in the 1960s. I mean, travel was really hard back then. And to go someplace, and if he did not finish in the top three, he lost money. So that really drives him. So, you know, everybody's got their own opinion on things. And Gary came out and thought he was the third best of all time.
Andy?
I will refrain, knowing that we might have Mr. Player come on our show here soon. So I will not say anything in the negative about his comment.
I can appreciate Mr. Player's perspective. I don't know if I put him in the 3 slot, but I certainly put him in high regards in placement and contributions to our sport.
Well said.
You are the politician of the group, Alan.
Well said. Hey, how about those Patriots? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you my opinion. If you want to dive into football for a second, I'll give you my opinion on that. The Pats are for real. Yeah. I don't think they have all the things that they need this season, although Vrabel's got them playing really well.
What do you feel like they're missing?
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they go deep into the playoffs this year.
What do you think they're missing though?
Just experience.
That's the only thing they're missing. I mean, they literally they got the best run defense in the league.
Well, they got because their head coach is a beast when it comes to that. They have the offense coordinator that needs to be back at the helm. And, you know, they just have a young quarterback that's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder and is playing remarkable. And I just think it's the maturation period.
The schedule maker helped us this year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you could look at Indianapolis, and no offense to any of our folks that are chiming in from Indiana, but I'm telling you right now, they're finding out Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. I mean, did I think he got shafted in New York? Yeah, but I mean, they have one of the softest. They're paper tigers.
Yeah, they're awful good, seemingly.
I think they're a year ahead of where I thought maybe next year they might be like this. You know, really good winning record and all that. But hey, we'll take it. It's been a long, dry years and years since we've had a championship in Boston. We can't take it any longer.
So many years.
Bobby, it's been what, 7 years?
Like a lifetime.
6.
How do you think Toronto's feeling today?
No, it's not even 6. It's 2.
Let's have a little compassion for our friends north of the border. inches.
Oh,
Inches.
That was inches.
that was an incredible.
It was a great World Series. It was a great World Series. And then we can't even talk about the Leafs because, well, they fold like a lawn chair.
Yep.
The Lopes.
Sad. Very sad.
So this show is indicative of what's going on in the world of golf. Not much.
Not much. No, we're just rambling a little bit, but you know what? I am going to do this.
We're hitting every other sport.
Let me click this over here. Behind Bobby and I, says the 18th green there. So feel free to start railing, unless you'd like me to go first.
You can go first.
You can lead us off. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some strange news coming out of Ireland in reference to the 2027 Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
As they attend to three-peat at Adair Manor, and they're anticipating a mere 200,000 rabid golf fans to cheer them on. There is one small problem. And I like this because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Someone has maybe found a solution for the problem. The problem is there's not enough hotel rooms anywhere in the area. So to overcome this, Ryder Cup organizers are considering the strange solution of having fans stay on cruise ships offshore.
Great idea.
What do you think of that, Andy?
I have not heard that. I think that's somewhat bizarre that that this is coming up now.
Well,
they got to plan ahead.
They do.
Crazy.
Yep.
As reported by a UK newspaper, The Times, having fans stay on cruise ships docked near the course. Honestly, no offense. Hey, I could see the wealthy elite come stay in a boat, have private chef. We'll take you in a little dinghy, like the judge's little dinghy.
Hey, would you rather stay in a little Irish cottage or on a cruise ship where you get all the food, all the drink, you get entertainment, right?
I'm probably taking the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you scratched my anchor.
let's have a little auxiliary trivia question. What was the name of the judge's ship?
The Wasp, something Wasp.
The Flying Wasp. So perfect.
That's the best.
That's all I got.
That was good.
Robert?
All right, I'm going to couple my 18th hole here with some, I don't know if this is trivia, but I wanted to start to throw things in the off season about golf knowledge, golf management, playing golf, learning terminology about the game of golf. I'm battling this with people left and right, on and on for years and years, on and on. They think a chip and a pitch shot are the exact same shot. They're two distinctively different shots. You approach them different. Technique is different. So a few scattered things here. If you're going to lay up, a layup in golf means you can't maybe get it over a big ravine or a big carry. So you're going to lay up. A layup doesn't mean you're 1 foot away from the precipice. Everybody's like, no, 10 yards back, 20 yards back. You don't have to be right on the freaking edge to do a layup, and just that's part of course management. I don't know how many people have tried to lay up and they hit it into the gunge because they hit too much club. So layup is a layup. Stay short. Texas wedge, Andy, you're down in Texas. The idea of putting it off the green, or if you're right up against a caller, and so the ball's on the green, sometimes the way they have the fringe, the grass is high, use your sand wedge, lift it up off the ground, make a putting motion, get the leading edge of the sand wedge to hit the equator, the middle of the golf ball. So
I can promise you that I am an abuser of the Texas wedge.
That's good.
Truth.
Because I'm a terrible chipper and pitcher.
I used to practice through college with using the sand wedge and practice hitting the middle of the ball.
It's great practice.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Yep.
You know, another one, I think a lot of people should play more match play. So I get this question a lot. What does dormy mean? Dormy is a phrase that means if I'm playing Alan and I'm 4 up with 4 to go, I've got him dormy. So I'm up the amount of holes left to play, basically. If I was playing Andy, I might be up 6 holes with 4 holes to go, you know, something like that.
I appreciate that.
Now
Robert.
you're attacking me too.
I appreciate that, Robert.
Wow.
Andy, what do you got?
So I was watching the East Lake Cup.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting. I was watching the 2 teams in the semifinals. I want to say it was Northwestern against. This was the girls, by the way, and I am on the dangerous precipice of being politically incorrect here, but I'm going there anyway. So 9 of the 10 players were Asian girls, right? And I would love to know, and I've talked to her, Stephanie Way, who is a friend of mine. She's in the media. She played golf at Yale. I would love to get her take on this, but I would love to know why there's so many successful girls who are Asian girls who are playing, you know, golf at that level. And they're dominating, you know, the game right now. And I'd love to know the reasons why. And these aren't all, you know, born in China, different culture, although the culture probably has a little bit to do with it. But I'd love to know why, or some reasons perhaps why they're so successful in you know, doing such great things on the golf course. They dominate.
Yep.
Love to dig into that sometime.
That's a great topic for upcoming show.
Yeah.
I've been in and around that, and I've heard a lot of interesting information and what people have said they think it's this or that. So that'd be a really good show.
Yeah, it's a great topic, and I don't think we have to be afraid of being, you know, politically incorrect here, because it's a real topic that I think there's got to be.
Yeah, you can literally point to statistics. Statistically speaking, that's the case. No one's going to go Hank Haney on this, but the reality is, I believe it is a cultural thing, and a cultural thing in terms of a drive for excellence. That's where I think it starts and stems from.
Yeah, and it could be a bunch of things. I think that definitely plays a part. I think discipline plays a part, but it'd be a great topic to dig into. And I'm going to ask Stephanie to come on the show, and she can shed some light on the subject for us for sure.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Gary Player and Stephanie, back to back.
Boom.
That's right.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, boys. Until next week, hasta la vista.
Adios.
See you, gents.
You only have one opportunity to sell your golf property. Shouldn't you partner with an expert that offers you 30 plus years of golf industry experience combined with the reach of a global leader in real estate? Colliers International Golf Brokerage and Advisory Services understands your unique business needs. Whether it is brokerage, management, and consulting, be reassured that the market leader in the business of golf is providing you the real answers and practical solutions you deserve. Contact Golf Talk Live co-host and Colliers Golf Advisory Services member Alan Depew today at 717-554-8519. That's 717-554-8519. 554 8519.